Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to Scatter Love Tarot with your girl coming at you with another pick a card reading. Today, we are going to ask or get some urgent good news from your spirit guides, right? So, what's the good news that's coming in? Why is it urgent? What's happening here? What do you need to know? So, I do want to say, first off, thank you so much to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, to be a part of this ever-growing tribe. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time in this space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. I have the hiccups all of a sudden. Should these messages resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And as always, if you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links below in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member, and I would love to see you on memberships. But if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. I am so appreciative of you all. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop to your prayer and we'll get this reading underway. So this was my last frankincense incense, so I thought it was fitting to do for this one, right? Bringing that good. Right. Okay, my beloved source, thank you so much for this day, for this opportunity to be here, to get this good news. It's always good to have these positive messages coming through to us so that we can be encouraged to continue on our path, on our journey, and on this route of spiritual awakening. Sometimes it does get discouraging, and sometimes it does get overwhelming. And I pray today that you bring in this good energy that gives us that bounce back energy that helps us to get another pep in our step, to focus on moving forward, and to know that everything that we've asked for is already ours, and that we are just aligning with that energy. But it's always good to get those confirmations. It's always good to get that clarity and that guidance that we need, and the reminder that we are doing the right things for ourselves on this journey. So I ask, Source, that you bring those messages in. I ask spirit guides of my collective that you're very clear in these messages, and that you give them the signs and the synchronicities that they need to know that these are the messages for them, that open their hearts to receive these messages and to know that intuitively they are on this path for the greater good, to help them with their discernment at this time, and to know that that truly is the only thing that matters, is their own intuition and their own discernment. And may you always be the guide that helps them come back to that truth. So as these words are spoken onto this reading, over my collective and onto this space, so shall they be. Amen. Aho. Ase. Thank you, my beloved source. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get that over here and set that up. The stick is a lot shorter than it normally is, but we've got it in. We're good to go. Okay, so today we are going to get messages from my Bird Messages Oracle deck. I've already given these a shuffle, so let's get to it. So source, our spirit guides for pile number 1. What is some good news, some urgent good news that they need to hear right now? Thank you. Whoa, if we can get that all together here. Okay, spirit guides for pile number 2. What is some urgent good news that they need to hear right now? Okay, thank you. And spirit guides for pile number 3. What is some urgent good news that pile number 3 needs to hear right now? Okay, thank you. Wow, that was rather quickly coming out. Always know you picked the right message, win. And the bottom of the deck, we have the acorn woodpecker with accumulate in times of plenty to ensure abundance in times of scarcity. So abundance is coming, but to remember to always set yourself up for success. Also, I'm hearing for the collective that it would be wise for you to read The Richest Man in Babylon. like as a collective message. I'm hearing that right now. So definitely check that out. If you don't know what it is, you can listen to it on YouTube, but it is a great reminder of how to stay stable in times of scarcity. So with pile number 1, we do have this beautiful yellow jasper for you to choose from. For pile number 2, we have this beautiful piece of unakite. And for pile number 3, we have this beautiful piece of zebra jasper. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3, whichever pile you feel drawn to, that should be the pile for you. And I will see you over on your chosen reading. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of yellow jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during this shuffle, then this is going to be a reading on some urgent good news from the spirit guides. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey, this tribe, this incredible collective that we're building together. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should this reading resonate, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. With that being said, let's hop to it and find out, what is this urgent good news that you have, spirit guides, for pile number 1? What is the urgent good news that you have for pile number 1? Spirit guides of highest light and love, what is the urgent news that you have for pile number 1? This good news, what is it? So we've got the 7th house. We have Aries energy and Mars. Someone taking action when it comes in regards to coming towards you, whether that's in a business partnership, a relationship, a friendship, a connection of some sort here with the 7th house. So the urgent good news is to really not be afraid to show your independence still. Like, don't be afraid to show who you are, because this person is highly attracted to your energy. They're highly attracted to how far you've come, but they're more importantly very highly attracted to your independence. They really like that about you. And so whether it is a love connection or a friendship, soul tribe, whatever it is, it's just this person is very magnetized to you. And so the urgent good news is that you're no longer going to be alone on this journey for much longer. Like, if it's been a long journey for you to find someone to connect with, or someone to resonate with, or someone that just gets you, right? It's like we run into those people that give us a glimmer of hope, but then it just kind of turns out to like, oh, like, what do I hear? Thanks for the false hope, biznatch. Like, you know, I'm not trying to curse here, but there's a line in a movie that says that. It's like, it reminds me of when I was younger, when we used to play pool at college, and that's what we would always tell each other. Like, if we missed a hole, we would always yell that at each other. And I wish I could remember what that comes from, but I don't. And that's what it is. Just thanks for the false hope. Like, it's just this energy. It's like where you were connecting with people, and as soon as they saw just how advanced you were on your journey, right, and how really connected to source and your guides and to your purpose, is like, oh, hold on, I'm not like that. Like, I can talk a big game, but I can't walk a big game. And you were walking and talking the game, and that's sometimes very intimidating to others. And so I feel like you've definitely dealt with a lot of competition and a lot of criticism and a lot of people just making you trying to make you feel like you're not doing the right thing, or that, you know, there's a problem with you choosing to do the right thing for yourself. And The urgent message that your spirit guides have here is that there's someone who's highly magnetized to that part of yourself, and they're going to be coming in very shortly here, ready to say, hey, let's conquer the world together, because you're your beautiful energy the way that you are, and I want to bring my beautiful energy the way that I am, and through that, let's just make a good time together. So today I'm going to be using my Nikolai Tarot deck, and we'll be getting some messages. So spirit guides of pile number 1 of highest light and love. What urgent good news do you have for pile number 1? I feel like this is just to give you hope, and it's not false. This is not false hope. This is not like, oh, it's going to take forever and ever and ever to come back in or whatever. It's like they really want to give you hope. Like, you've come so far and you've done things by yourself for so long. Like, it's time that you have somebody in your life. This could be a Libra. It could be an Aries. This could be someone that's opposite your sign on the zodiac. So, like, if you're a Pisces, this could be a Virgo. If you're a Capricorn, this could be a Cancer. If you're a Libra, this could be an Aries. If you're a Sagittarius, this could be a Gemini. If you are a Leo, this could be a Aquarius, so on and so forth, right? So, and if I didn't name your sign, it's okay. It's just whatever you are. If you're cardinal, fixed, or mutable, it's going to be the opposite masculine element if you're masculine, feminine element if you're feminine. So water with earth and air with fire. Okay, so and it will always be in those 3 modalities. So cardinal with cardinal, fixed with fixed, and mutable with mutable. And if you're like, I don't know anything that you just said, that's okay. All right. So spirit guides of pile number 1 of highest light and love. What urgent good news do you have for pile number 1, spirit guides? What urgent good news do you have for pile number 1? Yeah, this has been a slow situation. This person's going to mirror you. So there could be some triggers to watch out for. Okay, so they just want that to be said. I know, what's good news about that? There's really not good news about that, but what they're saying is that this is why it's important for you to slowly enter into this connection. No matter if this is a business partner or whatever, like, let's not go rushing and crashing into things, okay? But this person is going to mirror back a very deep part of yourself to you, and I know some of you think that there's a label with that, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to put a label on this. It's just that this is someone who's coming in that's like seeing the you without the mask, seeing how much you have balanced out your energy, seeing how many egoic deaths you've gone through, how much you felt like you were so disconnected from your inner child, and how much you've reconnected that part of yourself. Ancestors, what else do you have here? Yeah, it's a commitment for sure. And this is going to be different. This is a very highly spiritual commitment coming in. Okay, and again, it does not have to be love, because not everybody's looking for a love connection. But we do have the 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which in my deck is the love card. Okay, this is like the soulmate card, but soulmates aren't always romantic partners. They can be friends. They can be, soul family, soul tribes. So it feels like someone is coming in, and we have this very clearly here with the Pope, the 7th house, the 6 of Cups coming in here. It's just this very, very beautiful, abundant energy here. You've gone through a lot of mishaps when it comes to your relationships and your connections. There's always been just a lot of ups and downs. It feels like always feeling like someone trying to be the bigger person. That's what I'm saying. It's like they like you, and they're like thinking that you're on the same level as them, as, oh, I can talk a big talk, but I can't walk the walk. But then the minute that you show them that you walk the walk, like they are trying to assert some control over you. And through that, you've had to really draw away from and understand, what is it about myself that is calling in this type of energy? But you persevered, and so your spirit guides, the urgent good news is that you've overcome every challenge in regards to this. And remember that just because we've overcome those challenges, it doesn't mean that they're not going to come back into our lives, because we live in a dualistic world. It's very contrast, so there's always going to be situations like that. But what you've persevered through and overcome is how to actually face these problems from a place of peace, of kindness and comfort. and compassion and stepping away gracefully. Like, no matter what's going on, you've learned how to step away gracefully. But this is a very abundant time for you right now. There's a lot of emotions that are going to be coming into play here. There's a lot of depth that's coming into play here. Look, the Two of Cups. Love. There's love here. It's like you wanted this. This is something you wanted to manifest in your life. This is what I'm saying. Like, someone who mirrors you is who, like I said, some of you are going to want to put a name to it, but this looks like a twin, right? This looks like a twin, and it doesn't have to be twin flame, but what I'm saying is, like, this just looks like a twin energy. This is someone who absolutely understands what you've been through and what you're going through. You've had to do it alone for so long. You've had to live in your anxiety by yourself. You've had to protect yourself. You've had to overcome the mind is what is really holding you back here. And you've done that. And in doing that, the urgent good news is that they're saying, like, you did it. You conquered your internal enemies, right? You let go of those things that you thought weren't within you, but you saw a glimmer of them once you started doing the internal work. You saw the glimmer of those things that could potentially be inside of you. And you saw how they came from a younger version of you that got hurt, that got injured, that went through some suffering here. And this has been a very long process, right? I mean, look at this. It's a sucker that says, hate me. It's like very sad and lonely and slow and like brutal going through these things. That was the past energy though. We see the past energy, and this person sees you inside and out, and they just find you fascinating and incredible. And they want to come in with this offer of stability. It's like so much more than that. This is like stability in heart, mind, soul. Like, this is body, mind, and soul. It's like all these good things coming in and balancing you out, and you're balancing them out. And it's very strong. This is a very strong energy coming in. And so the urgent good news that they have for you is there's a connection here, albeit it does feel like a romantic connection, but this could absolutely be a partnership. This could have to do with your work, but we do see here, it's like the 7th house. It's a commitment of some kind that's coming in, and it's like rushing. Like, you can't get faster than Aries energy, right? Like, that's a spring energy. That's the big bang energy. It's like this very explosive, loaded energy that's coming in, and they're going to be like, hey, guess what? Like, I really like you. I really want to be with you. 11:11 on the clock, right? Like, I want you in my life. Like, I need you in my life. And it might feel odd at first. You might want to pull away. And they're saying that that's okay. Just let things go slowly. Like, there's no need to rush into this. There's no need to go, out of your way to make things work here, because everything will fall into place the exact way it's supposed to fall into place for you. Okay? And they just want you to understand that it's all because of the work that you've done. They want to reward you for your work. They've been trying to reward you for your work. But sometimes we're just not in alignment to receive those blessings. And so something has shifted within you where it's like suddenly, right? This is urgent. This is something that was sudden though. It's like suddenly you shifted something inside that puts you into alignment with calling this in and bringing it in. Yeah, Saturn. Feeling restricted, experiencing struggle, learning hard work and patience. Like this, this was a place of tough love. To have stable relationships in your life, that was a place of tough love. You didn't know what that was. And it's beautiful because your spirit guides are acknowledging that you learned how to become that stable person for yourself. It's like through becoming that stable person for yourself, you've now allowed space for someone else to come in. We have whoa, okay, I guess they want those too. We'll take a look at them. I don't know if I'll leave them out, but we have miracle and blessings. Everything has its gift, right? The hardships, the hurt, the pain, it all has its gift. And we see that here. So let's see what flew out. Practice compassion, see things from a fresh perspective. Yeah, and spend quality time together. Listen and talk to each other. So you're going to be spending quality time together. You're going to be seeing things from a whole nother perspective. You're going to be seeing things from a very clear place. So this could be a Taurus. This could be a Scorpio. Aquarius, this could be a Aries as well coming in. Yeah, but this is something that's very foundational. Listen with your heart. You are listening, but you need to hear with a loving heart. And I feel like it's going to happen really fast. You know, like you've got these unicorns here, you've got these fish, the dolphins. Like all of these can be a sign of love for real. Like, you know, unicorns are very pure. Dolphins can be connected to a higher sense of love. Also our happiness and our peace and our joy. You know, it's like you have someone watching over you here, which this feels like the spirit guides here coming in with this wisdom from the old times. But we need you to keep an open heart here, because things are going to move in a direction, and it might be easier for you to say, whoa, hold the horses, I don't need this. And they're saying, hold on, this is what you asked for, this is what you manifested, and we want to bring that in. We want to bring this to you. Okay, we want you to have this good like this good love in your life. We want you to have this balanced love in your life. You've done enough suffering. Okay, and through that you've healed so much. Like love. Okay, not ever is this is all about self-love. This card talks about self-love and compassion, right? For self. And it's through our self-love and compassion that you open your heart and you're able to give that space to someone else. And so it's what it feels like here is you're opening your heart and bringing in that space for someone else. So let's see here. Let's get 2 of these. What else, spirit guides, would you like to say in regards to this reading? Okay, thank you. May I please have one more? What else would you like to say? Thank you. Self-indulgence, self-worth and value, time to heal shadow work, and self-appreciation. So I cannot be more clear about this. They're saying that because you fell in love with yourself, because you're taking care of yourself, this is coming in so fast. Okay? House 11, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. Here's that Aquarius energy again, but this could be a friend of yours. Also someone who has very like-minded goals to you. Someone who you met through a friend group. That's, I keep getting this, like you met them through a friend group, or it is a friend, someone you know. Like we have house 10, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. Yeah, or you could have met them at work. This is a part of your mission though. They're a part of your mission, you're a part of their mission. Earth magic, fairies. So I also feel like the fairies are helping you bring this person in. Like something with the fairies energy is very, very strong coming in here. But also this talks about nurturing. It's like this really does talk about spending time with a plant or an animal and giving that plant or animal love so that you can see how love makes that flourish. And then when you see how that makes it flourish, then you're capable of giving that love to yourself. And once you give that to yourself and you begin to flourish, then you're able to give that to someone else. And so that's the acknowledgement here. It's like the path that you've gone through is learning how to love yourself, be compassionate for yourself, be kind to yourself. You learn how to be kind and compassionate, loving to other people. And now you're opening up this space for this person to come in and like return that in tenfold to you. Partying, time with friends, having fun, happily single, and living in the moment. Yeah, you're really right here, right now. Really present. You could very well be single. You don't have to be, but we do have this confirmation. This could also be a friend. This could be a soul tribe. Cupid 0. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise invitation and struck by love. Yeah, so this is a very clear message that there's love that's coming, a relationship here. So the urgent message is really that love is coming in. Why do I hear that song right now? Ooh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. So this could be something that like you used to dance with them, or you used to go to like concerts with this person, or something about music is coming in, and that's why it's like I want to dance with somebody. I feel like you've seen them dance, they've seen you dance. Like it feels like somebody you know. Okay, like it does. That's not going to resonate with everyone, but it does feel like someone you know, or this could be someone who knows you from afar. Okay, so let's take a look at your bird message and find out what it says. Swift, stay true to your heart's desire and keep nature in your heart and your home. So absolutely something about the heart being open here. Let's see what Swift says in the book. Ooh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. You might want to check out the rest of the lyrics to that song. I'm not sure. Is that a Whitney Houston song? Like the original one. The one that I'm hearing in my head is like a remix by High Frequencies, I think it is. Or no, Lost Frequencies. I think that's the name of them. Lost Frequencies. It's a remix. But it's so good. Oh, I love it. That's why I was saying it has to do with dance, because it's like, it's kind of like dance music, but it's like, I don't know what it's called, because I listen to a lot of dubstep. Like, I love dubstep music, and so it's kind of in that genre, okay? It says Swift, most aerial of birds, long ago abandoned Earth for the soaring freedom of the infinite skies. With her long wings and slender body, what need has Swift for land? The winds form her pillow as she drifts and dreams at 6,500 feet above us, and flying insects provide her nourishment. She takes floating grasses and feathers to create her nourishment. She takes floating grasses and feathers to create her nest, which, when not brutally barred by hermetically sealed modern roofs, she still builds in our eaves and attics, for it is only when she breeds that Swift comes to earth on legs that have become just 4 needle-thin claws. If Swift has soared into your spread, she asks you to keep a place for her in all of nature in your heart and home, and counsels that you too can reach the skies and live there if you stay true to your heart's desires. So the more that you pour into yourself and what it is that is good for you and your path and your purpose here, the closer you come to whoever this is meant to come into your life. Like, there's no hiding from this. The more that you stay true to yourself, the closer you draw to this person, the closer they draw to you. And I feel like it's just this mirrored energy. Like, they're also going towards what they want in their life, and they're very clear about who they want in their life, and you fit that profile. Like, that's it. There's no one else that fits it. You're one of a kind, and you're that one of a kind person that they're looking for. And they are coming. Okay, there's going to be a surprise invitation here. Someone's going to invite you out. Maybe they're going to invite you out to go party or to go to a dance or something like that. But it's just this energy of someone's coming in, and they are going to be giving you this love that they have because they're awestruck by you, which is such a beautiful message. I love this message, pile one. So this is what I see for you here. If you feel like this is your message, leave the little Cupid's arrow, the one with the little arrow in it, down below, the heart with the arrow in it, and say, I continually fall in love with myself every day so that I can see how incredible and amazing I am. And I mirror that out to everyone, right? Because you do. You're absolutely incredible energy. And I'm so glad this is a message that your spirit guides had for you. If you feel like this resonated with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all the links below in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member to the channel, and I would love to see you on memberships. But if not, thank you so much for your continued support here, Pile One. And I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this incredible message. And until next time, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful piece of Unakite, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be a reading on urgent good news from your spirit guides. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time in this space with you. And for those of you new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And if this should happen to resonate, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. But with that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it and find out what these are, this urgent message is from your spirit guides. So our spirit guides for pile number 2, what urgent message of good news do you have for them? So spirit guides of pile number 2, what is the urgent good news that you have for them? What's the urgent good news that you have for pile number 2, spirit guides? What is the urgent good news that you have for pile number 2, spirit guides? Okay, so we've got the 8th house, Gemini, and a Uranus energy here. So massive transformation in the way that you communicate. You are going to be understood for the depth that you have. Like, there's no longer going to be this energy of feeling misunderstood. Like, you're going to begin to feel understood by people. Like, they're going to see that, holy moly, pile 2, like, you've really experienced a lot in your life. Like, I'm so glad that you went through that stuff, even though it was wretched, it was horrible, it was terrible. But I'm really glad that you went through that, because now I feel seen, I feel understood as well. And they're like showing you that this is a massive change, like where you're drawing closer to people who are on the same journey as you. You're drawing closer to people who are going to celebrate and praise you. You're drawing closer to people who are going to lift you up instead of trying to chop you down. And it has to do with the way that you communicate. It has to do with the way that you speak your truth out into the world. But not only that, like the things that people don't discuss, like you're willing to discuss those like traumas and tragedies and triggers that you've gone through, that you've healed and overcome. These are things that you have actually gone through and healed on a deep emotional subconscious level. And now you're sharing them with others and showing others that they don't have to live in fear of these things. You know, and the 8th house is a very unique house because it is connected with Scorpio energy, and not everybody likes the intensity of Scorpio energy. It's something about purging ourselves, renewing that shadow, the rebirth, the hidden emotions, the secrets, the things that everybody they want to keep it behind closed doors. So we don't talk about that. Right? And here's pile 2, like, I do. Pick me. I talk about that. And I talk about that because if we don't talk about it, we're going to go crazy. And that's why we need to talk about it. And so it wouldn't surprise me if you are becoming some kind of a coach, like a life coach, a trauma coach, that you are in psychology, that you've gotten a degree in psychology and you're using it in some way, shape, or form. Also just heard talking to younger people. Like, it's almost like whatever your dream job was having to do to inspire others, the good news is that it's coming. We're not pointing at the job right now. What they're pointing at is that you are no longer going to be misunderstood. Like, people are going to hear you clearly. Whatever it is that you got to say, people will hush up so that they can listen to you, pile 2. They're going to be like, oh, pile 2's got some wisdom. Let's hear what they got to say. It's important what they have to say. And it's going to create a big ripple across the collective to where you're not only healing others, but those people are going and healing others too. So it's like you were the first raindrop in the ocean that caused a ripple, and all the other ones that came after you continued to ripple out into this massive universal change. You know, it might seem so small, but what you did was so huge, and what you're doing is so huge. And so from that, there's also going to be a lot of recognition as well. And so maybe you're writing a book. You're thinking about writing a book. That's definitely an energy coming in. Or you're thinking about creating a blog or a vlog or a platform where you help others. There's like some sort of communication over the internet here, especially with Uranus. You have technology being at play here. So this could be a YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. This could be a website. This could be some sort of place where you're able to reach the multitude and really connect with them on a deep level. And maybe you're creating a website for yourself to where you're able to go and have like schools hire you and you come in and you speak to kids. Like whatever it is, it does feel like you're reaching a generation that desperately needs to hear what it is that you're saying. You're reaching a group of people who desperately need what it is that you have. And without you, they would be stuck in the same old song and dance. Like they'd just be living the same life over and over again, living those same patterns. And you're giving them courage to heal those patterns no matter how difficult it was to face them. They're kind of looking at you, Pile 2, saying, well, if Pile 2 is able to do it, then I know I can too. Because you're very relatable, you're very kind, you're very generous, you're very capable. And you inspire them to become a better version of themselves. But it's because you were someone who was not afraid to look at that Scorpio energy here with the nameless card coming through here. Or death, what you might know as death, the 13. It's this energy of like, you had to go through it in order to inspire others. And you did. And now you're inspiring others and everyone's like, whoa, Pile 2 is next level. Awesome. So spirit guides of pile number 2, what urgent good news do you have for pile number 2? What more would you like to say here? Oh, thank you. Interesting. I just heard be emboldened and be emblazoned. I don't know. Like, is emblazoned even a word? Like, I don't even think it is. I don't know. But that's what I heard. So Spirit guides of pile number 2. What messages, urgent good news do you have for pile number 2? Thank you. Okay, thank you. I'll get one more. What urgent good news do you have for pile number 2? What urgent good news? Thank you. Okay. On the bottom, we have judgment. So, yeah, this feels like something that had to do with, like, family situation. You know, it does, like, when I say it feels hush-hush, like, it's, like, stuff that people leave behind closed doors. I just saw a huge, giant orb fly right next to me right now. So, yeah, you have a lot of spirits that fly around you a lot. You have a lot of, you might be able to communicate, have psychic mediumship abilities, or you might be able to see spirit orbs a lot. Like, just a second. Okay. But this is something that's like family problems coming to light that you're talking about. And it's like growing up, you could have heard your family say like, no, we don't discuss those things. Like, people don't need to know our business. But I feel like most of you grew up in a very gossipy home. Yeah. And this is something that, yeah, okay, so we have the Ten of Swords energy here. We also have Ten of Swords energy here with these two cards as well. Just making itself known. And so for it to come out again, what I was saying is like, it's like, oh, I can do this, but you can't. Because it's like when they did it, they painted it in a way so that they looked better. And the good news is that you faced it and you saw how little it made everyone look. Like how it was like, if your family was really big on gossip, like you recognize there's this beautiful butterfly outside. You recognize the need for change. Like you recognize that, like, hold on, this is not real. This is a lie. Like, we need to tell the truth. And they're like, no, we don't do that here. We don't tell the truth. And so the urgent good news is that because you were brave enough to tell the truth, you've transformed the whole of this situation. But it took you, it feels like, a time to become brave enough to recognize that this needed to be talked about, like this needed to be spoken on. And it's something that, you know, created probably a falling out with you and your family. It could have created a lot of tension between you and your family. And what it's created for you is far more fulfilling than you ever thought it could be. It's just like just being able to help others through these difficult situations. Like, honestly, I'm going to be honest, and I just want to say this before I get into what the message is that's coming in. This is a very, very specific message that's about to come out, but I do want to say trigger alert, okay? There's like sexual abuse that's coming to head right here. And I know we don't have any wands cards really like coming out, but it's just coming through. It's just very strong. Okay, it's just a very strong energy coming through. It's like a sexual abuse that might have happened throughout the family. Like we have the moon making an appearance here. It's something that they wanted to keep secret. And it's like, oh no, nobody needs to know our business. But it's like you're recognizing now that like other people are going through similar situations. It's like, I don't want other people to feel alone like I felt. I don't want other people to feel like I didn't have, really good, or that my parents or that my family painted this really beautiful rose-colored picture, and I don't want people to think that that's real. I need them to see the reflection of who I am. Why do I hear that song? What does my reflection show? Who I am inside. What is that? Mulan? I don't really remember how that song goes, but Reflection from Mulan. I think Christina Aguilera sang it. But if you check out the lyrics to that song, like that might give you some more insight to this reading as well. But it's like you're showing the reflection that for so long, so many people around you are like, hush, 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 we don't talk about that. Hush, hush, we don't talk about that. And so the urgent good news that your guides are trying to bring out here is that because you are showing that part of yourself that was for so long behind closed doors. I mean, look at this imagery here. We have two children. You have one in a crib that's way too big for the crib. Then you have this child in a coffin here that's like going to their death in this image. But it's like having that egoic death, like recognizing that I had to protect my own inner child, but I had to wait until I was old enough. And so through that, you began to see prosperity in speaking about these subjects, speaking about these, like it could be abuse. Okay, they're just showing here with the 8th house. This is something that like is very dark and harsh. Yeah, and through speaking out on it, you began to celebrate yourself and to grow emotionally here. Yeah, look, with the Page of Cups, the 3 of Cups, and we have the King of Cups. Like, I can't with you. Like, there's just this emotional abundance that's coming from it. It's like fulfilling is what I keep hearing. It's like you never knew that talking about this situation, and it doesn't have to be as dark as abuse like that. It could just be like, trauma, just traumas of like, oh my gosh, like they talked down to me, or I never was allowed to state how I felt. I was never allowed to talk about my emotions. My emotions were always forced into this dark place. And it's like you're recognizing now that you're able to connect with others in a very unique way by speaking about these things. Because they're like, oh my gosh, I've gone through that too. Like, oh my gosh, that sounds like my story. And you go from, look at this is what's happening. It's like when you begin to celebrate like the freedom from these hard energies, you've already rocked the boat. Like there's no going back. But when you let go of feeling cast out by society or by your family and by peer pressure of saying we don't talk about that, this is like the story playing out. Like your guides are showing you the good news, and the urgent good news is this: you went from feeling like I can't talk about that to I have to heal myself to oh my gosh, I finally feel free, to wow, I really feel good about helping others and sharing this with others and being able to bring some sense of solace to others, to finding complete emotional fulfillment and maturity, where now it doesn't matter who tugs at your skirt or your shirt sleeves, your shirt tails, right? No matter who's tugging, like, we don't talk about that. And you're like, no, you don't. You don't, but it stops and it ends with me because I do. Because I'm not the only person that went through this. Just because you're embarrassed by it, I'm not going to let that be what holds me back. And see, it's like you go from being stuck in the mind with the swords cards here to being fully empowered by your emotions. And the urgent good news is this: like you go from being completely disempowered to being completely empowered. And it feels like this, but with judgment here, it does feel like something that has to do with a family matter. Like something that was holding you back, something that took a long time for you to dredge out what was going on behind closed scenes, right? Like behind closed doors. This is like recognizing that, like, oh my gosh, this was a really difficult situation. This was really hard for me to get through. And see how they're like horrified. They're mortified in this picture, like, oh my gosh. But that's how it feels like family members or people who are close to you are mortified that you're actually sharing your secret. It's your secret. It's yours. But they're mortified that you're sharing it because it involves them as well. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that pile 2 would do that to us. And your spirit guides are saying the good news that's coming from this is that you're no longer going to be feeling like they have any sense of control in your life or any sense of control even over your emotional well-being, because they don't. You've completely outgrown them. Like, and so everything that they tried to tell you when you were younger, you're recognizing like, whoa, this is just BS. Like, it doesn't matter. It feels like you have this beautiful balance between your inner child as well as your secure adult with these 2 cards here. Like, really having this place, and it's almost like look, she's wearing the same dress. Yeah, her hair is different, but you could even say that the hair is gray in this, because in the original Tarot Marseille, the King of Cups, he's the oldest archetype in the deck, right? And so it's interesting, you go from having your red hair to now it's shorter, it's white. It's not really blonde in this picture, it's white. Like, it's white in these pictures too. And so it's like saying, like, my dog, she's snoring. It's like saying, like, you've gone from being this scared little child to really finding play and fun and pleasure again, and then also becoming so emotionally mature and balanced and wise and you're not giving away anything just for the sake of being seen by certain family members in this way. Like, they're trying to hold you back. And it's not just you that's fighting them, because if you look, I keep this card right now, but if you look, it's also this little sea serpent here that's fighting them, and there's another little sea serpent over here. So it's like your guides are fighting them, Source is fighting them, your ancestors are fighting them, and all you have to do is just keep pulling away. And that's exactly what you're doing here, is you're pulling away from the beliefs, the emotional connection that you had. All of that. We have House 6 here, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. And it has to do with the way that you're showing up. Oh, they want it over here. The way that you're showing up in your day-to-day life. On the bottom of the deck, we have Capricorn, ambition, realism, and methodical steps. This made me think that maybe there's a mother in your life that was just completely embarrassed because you're sharing her secrets, or you're sharing what she thought would have been secrets. And that she doesn't like that. She doesn't like being exposed. So that's what it feels like. And it doesn't have to be a mother. This could be a father. It could be a brother, a sister, a grandma, grandpa, auntie, and uncle, a friend. They just don't want to be exposed. I can't be exposed like that, because if people actually know who I am, then I'm not going to be seen as this great savior that I painted myself to be as. But it's slowly coming to an end. Whoever this is who is seen as like maybe your savior, who is always there taking care of you, who is always helping you. It could be a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer. It could be an Aquarius or a Libra. Yeah. Or a Gemini even. They're saying that they're no longer going to be seen as that anymore, because the truth is coming out. Like, there's no stopping the truth here. And so the urgent good news is that when the truth comes across all boards, right? It's not just you, but it's like when everything kind of clicks into place, you're going to like glow up in this situation where now people are going to be like, oh my gosh, like I actually see what you're going through. Like, I'm going through something similar and you've helped me so much. And so all the people that whoever this energy is lied to, all those people are going to see the truth come out as well. Yeah, see what I say with the King of Cups energy over here. Like, it's not just you. Like, you have a whole spiritual team that's going to bat for you with lioness protection here. Like, you're not alone in this. Like, they want to make sure that you're very well taken care of. They want you to understand how much you're looked after. And they want you to feel taken care of too, even though maybe it doesn't feel that way right now. Right? So let's see here. Let me get one of these. Okay. Well, okay, you're getting two. of those. And I actually want to get a career. Yeah, Spirit has your back with Eagle Spirit on the bottom here. And I want to get a life and career oracle. Look what's on the bottom, protection. Yeah, so they're being very clear. You're very protected here. Very protected. What else, Spirit guides? Okay, thank you. Real passion. Yeah, this is something that's like really fulfilling for you. Like incredibly fulfilling for you and your journey. Okay, let's see what we've got. Mars. Move forward and defend self. Yeah, this is a self-defense. Like, you have to defend yourself. Because you spent so much time at the whims of someone else's madness and chaos, right? Yeah, so there's going to be huge news. And I love that this came out on this reading because it's also talking about how your spirit guides are showing just how strong you are, how resilient you are. Look, we got 2 ravens. No, we've got Raven and White Raven. Trust in the magic. Look at this. From 2 separate decks. Wow, this is so synchronistic already. We have 5 and 6, 6. So you have 5 and 6 coming out together, making progress. You're going from not just getting the news, but then beginning to really trust in the magic, seeing the magic of Source. What do we have? Look, Let It Shine with Peacock. Yeah, you're opening your heart up. You're not playing small anymore. Like we have 46 here, which is 10. You're completing this cycle. Like you're not playing small anymore. You're done playing small just because they feel uncomfortable. Who cares? They played a part in it. They could have said something too when you were younger, but they didn't. And that's what it feels like. And so you had to learn how to stand up for yourself. Great match, like putting all the puzzle pieces together. You are on the verge of finding the perfect work for you. Don't give up. You may need to grow your own business to truly be happy. Again, this energy coming in, this is something that is super fulfilling. Whatever it is that you've done, the healing that you've done is bringing you into a super fulfilling time. So let's take a look at your bird message. Emperor Penguin, small steps lead to profound metamorphosis. Was it your pile that I talked about how it's uncomfortable for the butterfly to turn into a muck and then there was a butterfly? I don't know. I think that was, but I don't know for sure. So, but we did see a butterfly, and so Emperor Penguin. Penguin once flew through the blue Antarctic skies and skimmed over southern oceans, diving beneath their waters to feast on fish. As hundreds of thousands of years went by, Penguin swam more and flew less. Finally, her wings became flippers, and she exchanged the light, hollow bones of flight for those that were dense and solid, and her feathers, now anointed with oil, became short and stiff with a downy undercoat. As your guide, Penguin counsels that change, no matter how radical, is always possible. We cannot become new people overnight, but if we accept that change takes time and believe in our hearts that the cumulative effort of hundreds of tiny changes is, in the end, monumental, we can eventually do anything. Penguin exchanges the wonder of aerial flight for an incomparable mastery of the seas. Like Penguin, you too can metamorphose. You just need to take that first small step. And so that's what it feels like here. It's like you're coming into a place where you're actually going to see that all that healing, all that time spent, everything that you've done is going to bring you into a place of getting tons of accolades and tons of acknowledgement and recognition for exactly what you've done. And people are going to be so appreciative for you taking this journey because it's going to inspire their own journey. How powerful is that, pile number 2? I absolutely love this reading. So if you feel like this is your reading, leave a little penguin emoji down below and say, I took small steps and now I am blossoming into the amazing shining light that I am. And it would mean so much to me if you left a thumbs up, if you commented and subscribed to the channel below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you will find all those links down below in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast channel on Spotify at Scatter Love Radio. You can even join as a member to the channel, and I would love to see you on memberships. But if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. I am going to go ahead and leave that there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second though to thank your spirit guides, Source and my spirit guides, for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, pile number 2, stay human. Bye. Hello, my fellow human. If you were drawn to this beautiful zebra, Jasper, or if you were drawn to this card during the shuffle, this is going to be your reading on some urgent good news from your spirit guides. I just want to say I've loved this reading, so I'm excited for yours. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you. And for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should this message resonate with you, it would mean so much if you were to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And with that being said, let's hop to it and find out what is this urgent good news for you, pile 3. Spirit guides of pile number 3. What is the urgent good news that you have for them? Spirit guides of pile number 3 of highest light and love. What is the urgent good news that you have for pile number 3? 12th house, Saturn, and Cancer energy. Okay, this feels like initiation. Yeah, okay. Feels like initiation. This is you opening up to another part of yourself, uncovering something that was lost deep within, something that you had to really dig out. Through Saturn, right? Like a lot of sacrifices were made, a lot of hard work, there was a lot of struggle, there was a lot of difficulties, there's a lot of suffering. From not loving yourself here, from not caring about yourself, but it does feel like this is an initiation to some deeper gifts. Like you've let go of shame, you've let go of guilt, you've let go of addictions of other kinds. Like this could be any kind of addiction, right? Sex, drugs, alcohol. This could be love. This could be having connections with people, having labels with people, being treated a certain way. It could be anything, right? Like addictions are vast. We always think it's just some simplistic thing, but it's really not. Addictions are very vast. But I feel like you came to this realization that like, holy moly, like I don't need that in my life. Like, of course I want it, but I don't need it. Like, it's not something I need to survive. Whereas before it feels like you had this energy around it. Like, I need this to survive. Yeah. And it was making you feel really like itchy, like skin kind of crawling type energy. Like if I don't get that, like I'm going to explode type energy. And so you've gone through a lot of healing here with this combination. Okay. This is a lot of inner child work, but also healing the inner mother, right? Being that beautiful mother to yourself, that caregiver that you need, that maybe you didn't get when you were growing up, and someone that didn't spend time with you the way that you needed. And so you're learning how to do that. And I feel like that was really difficult for you because it's like, how do I become that when I've never had that before? And so your spirit guides are showing here that because you've found a way that works for you, this is a deep initiation of your journey. This is just one of many, I feel, but this is also unlocking to a deeper spiritual gift. So like either the clairs, you're going to get another clair, or it's going to become more apparent how intuitive you are, how psychic you are. Maybe your mediumship skills are opening up. This could just be that inner knowing, your clairvoyance is coming true, claircognizance. Like it's just like, it really does feel like being tapped into the spiritual realm. You're going to be seeing maybe astral travel. You're going to be able to do, what is it when you can control your dreams? Like, you know, you're dreaming and you can is that astral travel? I don't think that is astral travel. No. I can't remember what that is. But it's like you're going to be able, when you're in your dreams, like you're going to know, oh, wow, hey, I'm dreaming, so I'm going to do this over here. I'm going to do that over there. Like this is something very spiritual that's coming through here. Very, very, very deep. It's something that's been within you this entire time, but because you've healed so much of yourself, and not only that, because you become the caregiver of yourself, like recognize that self-respect is probably the most important thing here. It's even above self-love, right? Self-respect is above everything. And you might be like, well, why is that above self-love? Because without self-respect, how can you ever begin self-love? And so you've recognized that respecting yourself in all situations and saying like, it's important for me to make sure that this is respectful of myself. That's how I take care of myself. It's like your spirit guides are like, yes, you did such a phenomenal job. Now we can let you open up to this gift. It's like, because you made space for it. You made space for it because you're not going to be worried about like, oh, did Sam care about what I said? Did it resonate with Renee? Did it resonate with, Regina? Did Gary actually care about what I had to have that had to come through? Or was Gary just like playing a part? Like you're not even in that energy anymore. You're not like, okay, you're literally in this place of saying like, I don't care what Danae says. I don't care what Scrooge says. Like I don't care what Donald says. I don't care what Richard says. Like I don't care about any of that anymore. Like and it had to come from you self-respecting yourself. Like seeing that some people are just always going to have words with you and others aren't. And it doesn't matter who does or who doesn't. It's like what mattered is if you were respecting yourself, your space, your energy, your time. And through that, they're gifting you with this initiation. Let's see if they can tell us a little bit more about this. This is like purity of soul is what I just heard. You're purifying your soul. And you're making space for your true self to come through. Look, the Ace of Swords coming out. Yeah, this is the truth. Okay, so Spirit Guides of pile number 3. What urgent good news do you have for pile number 3? And sometimes we want these messages to tell us, oh, we're getting a windfall of cash. Like, we're getting this all uber exciting. Like, we won't have to struggle anymore in life. But oftentimes, these messages that come through are very, very healing. And confirmation of something that we're already feeling the shift in. And so I feel like you're definitely feeling the shift in. This could be also a deepening of discernment, like where people might have once gotten one over on you. You might be playing along just to double check your discernment, but it's like there's just a deepening of your internal, like you're trusting your gut, you're trusting your intuition, you're trusting your psychic sense, you're trusting the DLs that you're getting. Like it's like all these things that you're trusting the unknown. That's what you're trusting the unknown, right? So Spirit Guides of pile number 3. What urgent good news do you have for pile number 3? Wow. Okay, look, the Ace of Wands coming out here. Being vulnerable and showing yourself and taking action when something comes through. Like you're no longer just like sitting and waiting and hoping that things play out the way that they're supposed to or whatever. Like you're really just taking action as needed. May I please have one more card here? Okay, I guess you're gonna get 2. I think pile 1 only got 4 cards and everyone else got 3 or 5, so I won't tell if you don't. So we're in this together. Hey, cool. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, ooh, we've got the 10 of Wands. So it could have been with a friendship, building a friendship here. Like, it's like building something. Okay, and the 10 of Wands in the tarot might say, when it's in the upright, really does talk about this friendship that goes through thick and thin together, right? Goes through it all. A family situationship that you had to leave. This could have been a family situationship. So the addiction could have been that, like being addicted to the certain family member that you thought you guys were like this, and then realizing that they were just keeping you trapped. Like I know why the caged bird sings. That might resonate with some of you, but it's like they're just keeping you trapped, and in order for you to find a sense of self again, you had to leave this situation or had to find a way to connect with yourself. Okay. Interesting. The Sun and the 5 of Coins, like finding that there are bigger things out there than just this family member. Like this could have been someone that you really trusted their word. This could have been your mother, right? Since we are talking about the inner mother, it does feel like the inner mother coming through here and healing, feeling like you and your mother were best friends, but only to find out that like, wow, we really weren't. This could have also been that your mother passed on and now she's coming through as the mother that you wanted. Like she's helping you really understand that on the spiritual realm, and it's coming through and you're able to receive that. And it's scary because it's different, right? That psychic medium energy, but equally so, it's also making you feel better about yourself for taking that action and saying, you know what, like I had to take care of myself in this way. Yeah. So we have the 2 of Coins. Judgment has come out, I swear, in every reading today. We have the Three of Wands making way and the Ace of Swords making another appearance. So you're beginning with an Ace of Wands and ending this with the Ace of Swords. You had to take action to really balance out your energy here, to balance out what was going on, to heal from these family wounds, to heal from these addictions, right? The Judgment could talk about healing from addictions too. And really choosing to make way for yourself. Okay, we see this. Foxes could be very significant for you. Geckos could be very significant to you. Rabbits could be significant to you. They could be spirit animals for you. They could be your totem as well. I don't actually talk a lot about totems on here. I don't know why. It's just never come up before. But we do see it's through that you've gained this very deep sense of clarity. This very deep sense of understanding that, like, this is not how I wanted to be treated at all. It's not how I'm going to continue to be treated. Like, I'm changing this for the good. I'm changing this for myself. And it does feel like there is a feminine spirit here, whether that's your spirit guide is very feminine, or that you do have a passed on relative that's coming through that's really trying to help you reconnect with this sense of caregiving for yourself, this nurturing, being the mother for yourself. It's been really hard, but since we have Judgment here at the center of your reading, we're talking about family matters, right? Family matters, things that have been passed down, right? Healing of this family relationship that we've had, disclosure and secrets revealed, you know, the publicity of those family secrets. It's like that awakening up to your spiritual reality. So again, revolution, enlightenment, a new understanding, energies of initiation coming through here and letting you free yourself from something that had you going down this twisted turning path that never showed very much clarity for you. But it's like, even though you couldn't see around the bend, like, you knew there was something to healing this aspect within yourself. And so your spirit guides are saying, because of that healing, you're getting a new sense of clarity and initiation and finding a more refined, pure version of yourself. And through that, I feel like you're going to be able to connect with your spirit guides in a very new way. You're going to be able to connect with your totems in a new way. You're going to be able to connect with, even like if you have dogs or cats or any kind of animal, like, you're going to be able to hear them. So you might be able to connect with animals. That might be something that's very, very unique to you. Shoot, even bugs. I know this sounds weird, but even bugs here with this little bug down here. A little story time, pile 3. I had a spider in the bathroom, and the spider's been there, and I named it Charlotte because, you know, Charlotte's Web. But the spider's been in there for like a week and a half, and every time I see the spider, I'm just like, oh, hi, Charlotte. How are you doing? Like, as long as you don't bother me, I'm not going to bother you. And usually I take them outside, but just every time I saw Charlotte, like, I didn't have anything to take her outside, and I knew she was there, and I was like, you know, what happens if I just leave her? Like, is that okay? And my family member was like, all the spiders here are super poisonous, and I was like, okay, like, this is the thing with spiders, but if you're not bothering it, why would it bother you? 13:13 on the clock. And anyways, so yesterday I was eating breakfast. I was eating a mango, and I looked up because I was a big stringy piece of mango, and so I like was eating it like a raw noodle. So I looked up at the ceiling, and Charlotte was standing above my head in the kitchen, and I was like, oh, hey, Charlotte, what's up? And I was like, welcome to the outer world. And so I haven't seen Charlotte today, but, you know, maybe she made her way back outside through the front door, because that's where she was headed. And I was like, oh, cool. It was the same spider. It was the same everything, and I just never bothered her. But, you know, it was like, just knew she was giving me this message, and it was like, every time I needed that confirmation, she was there. So that could be for some of you, like, and it could be a spider, it could be a certain type of bug, you know, and some of you are probably like, ew, gross, I don't want to be a bug. But, you know, the same is true with lizards and snakes, or with animals of any kind, foxes, wolves, anything like that. It could be something that's definitely a very strong and powerful message for you. And it just feels like right now you're getting this creative momentum and these strong impulses to begin your real growth. Like, it's not like you haven't been on your real growth. It's like right now, this is like the true growth, that initiation. Like, now it's all about me rising up into a much higher vibration and healing through love rather than healing through shadow. But I feel like the shadow work is going to always help you because of Saturn here. It's always going to be something that you refer back to really heal this disconnect that you had growing up in a very unique situation, you know, whatever it was. You know, everybody's family situation is different, but we've all experienced trauma from our childhoods. And so because of those unique situations, like, you're recognizing that, like, I'll always rely on shadow work, but I also feel like now I'm growing through very positive situations. I'm growing through very enlightened situations. Like, I'm actually healing from love instead of from the shadow. And that's because there's this balancing out energy by healing this aspect of yourself. And this is the initiation. So not only are you opening up to this gift, but you're also balancing out this energy and moving forward and realizing that you don't have to hesitate anymore about your journey. Like, this is exactly where you're meant to go. This is exactly what you're meant to do. Like, there's no holding back for you anymore. And that's what I'm saying, like, opening up to your gift, like, you're no longer like, should I be concerned about what Giorgio said over here? Or should I be worried about what Shayna said over there, or Sam said over here? No, like, it's not going to matter anymore, right? So we have conjunction here with a union emerging and coming together. Yeah, this is a very, very powerful energy that's going to be coming into you. You're going to feel the shift. Like, you are going to feel the shift. It might be very nuanced, but you're very aware of nuanced energies when they come in. And so it might not feel like a huge shift to you, but you're going to feel the nuance of it. And so it is just know that it is a big shift. This is a very large shift coming through for you. So we have house 3, early learning, like childhood relations, the rational mind and communication. This is something that you're healing from your childhood, the inner child. But it's like, it really does feel like you're healing the way that you mother yourself, right? And I know that seems so strange, but it's true. It's like, when we become our own mother and our own father, we become that missing piece of ourselves that we feel like we didn't get growing up. And that makes us feel whole. Slow down, pause, and allow things to unfold. And they're just saying here, like, there's no need to rush this. Like, there's a reason that this has taken so long. There's a reason that this has been a step-by-step journey. There's a reason that things are playing out the way that they are right now. Let them play out. Like, we have equality with Seahorse coming in here. This really does feel like you're going to be either meeting a new spirit guide, a new ancestor, or like, you're going to be very aware of your mediumship skills, you know, whatever resonates with you. But it's like someone in the spiritual realm, this union. It doesn't feel like love, you know, and if you feel like it is, then fine, that's fine, make it fit for you. But what I'm saying is, it just does not feel like a person. This doesn't feel human, okay? It feels very spirit-like. So it feels like it's either a new spirit guide, a new messenger of some sort. This is like a very high vibrational energy that's coming in that wasn't capable of coming in prior because you weren't open to it. Yeah, like, we have song lines with Orca, and this really does talk about healing generational curses as well. So it all has to come down to you healing from these family situations. Like, you're opening up to the potential of yourself. Let's see. Let me get one of these out. It's like your potential, like the good news, the urgent good news is that your potential is going to become aware to you. Like, you're going to become aware of your potential. I guess it could be that way too. It's going to become aware to you because you weren't aware of it before. Look, didn't I say that? Like, just because you didn't know what was around the bend, and we have river and movement, like, you don't see what's coming. So it's something you don't see what's coming, but it is going to take you away from the situations that you've been in. Interesting. Let's get one of these, and then I'll get a shadow aspect for you, because I feel like that's what needs to come out. May I please have one of these for pile number 3? Thank you. And on the bottom, we have hammer. Look, sabotage, rebuild, persistent, working on it and repairing. So you're repairing this connection with yourself, okay? Like, this is a deep connection with yourself. You're repairing it. And this is like really good energy. What's the shadow aspect of this reading? Spirit guides for pile number 3. What's the shadow aspect here? What's the shadow aspect for pile number 3? Okay, is that... I guess you're going to get 2. Okay. Exit plan on the bottom. Yeah, you're leaving a situation. You're getting out of Dodge is what it feels like. Something from the past. Scorpio, look. Intensity, exposing, purging, and renewing. Yeah. It's just like exposing something. This is like seeing it... seeing it come full circle, right? The only thing that is real is love. Shift your focus back to love. And I feel like that coming full circle and that exposing that, like, you're no longer in this place of judgment or feeling like animosity towards anyone anymore. It's just kind of like, well, that's just what it was. I can't change it, but I do see how it's made me grow spiritually. And it's all because of what's coming in right now. Like, everything that's coming in right now is bringing you into this really beautiful place where you're like, okay, cool. Like, I'm willing to receive my growth through this. Yeah, very balanced with synergy, Green Man. It's a very balanced state that you're coming into here. Key on a ring. Many options, unconventional, one night stand, and string along. So I feel like this is it. You're finding the key to your heart, and everyone else felt like at one point they had the key to your heart, and so they just strung you along. I know we have one night stand here, but I feel like this is family that just like kept stringing you along. Like, they just kept like giving you just a little bit, so you give them a lot of it. Right? And we see that here with the 8 of Cups. That's the family card in the Tarot Marseille. And so you have this energy where it's like, now you're the one who has options and they don't. They're all out of options is what it feels like. And that's why it's like, and you're not even in this place like, oh, finally they're getting their karma. Like, I feel like you're just like, I'm really in this place of love. Like, I feel surrounded by love. And that's your energy. You're just a very loving person. It's just like, you know, I don't want to see their karma. Like, I know that they're going to reap what they sow, but all I just wish for now is that everyone finds this peace like I found, this love like I found. Struggle. You feel like you aren't being supported. It's not a team effort. It's best to stand alone. Yeah, and so you've learned to support yourself. And drowning. You are going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. And this is like the sign from your guides. Like, you asked for help and your guides are saying, like, you're doing an incredible job and we're here to remind you of that amazing job that you're doing. We'll never leave you alone. Okay, and you feel like things aren't working out for you, that's okay. We're here to remind you that you're moving on to bigger and better things. And the bigger and better things is that ability to see things from a place of unconditional love while also merging with a deeper part of your soul and opening up to even stronger gifts. Bearded vulture. Let outward deeds and words match inner feelings. Yeah, exactly. This is what I was saying. Internally connecting and just coming up into this deeper place for yourself. Like, what's within will be mirrored without. So let me find this on Bearded Vulture 50. These are not really in any order in the book, so I have to go and find them. All right. Fragrant is the land where magical vulture passes, for she purifies and transforms it by consuming the dead. Vulture, also known as Langmergir, I'm not sure if that's how you say that, fragments huge bones by dropping them from high rocks so that she may dine on them, and such is her wizardry that they melt within the potent cauldron of her stomach, becoming her vital energy. The dead are brought again to life in Vulture's own form. Vulture bathes in iron-rich spring waters and dusts herself in the earth's iron-rich soil, transforming her rich cream feathers to gorgeous rusty red, and thus her inner transformative nature matches her outward form. If Vulture has glided from the high thermals into your card, she counsels you to be what you seem in love. This is the moment to wear your heart upon your sleeve in life, to speak truly of the things that matter to you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you've learned to connect with yourself in such a beautiful way that now you're showing this beautiful love outwardly. And it's like, maybe at one time you felt a lot of animosity towards those that hurt you, but it does feel like there's a deep shift that now, because you're nurturing yourself, you're learning how to nurture others. Even if it is from a distance, it's something that's very peaceful and calm and collected for you. And it's bringing you into this space of realizing that all along you had the opportunity to come here. But through being here now, your guides are showing you that you're about to go through an initiation phase and be closer to your higher self, your best self. Okay, I absolutely love this. And also they want me to mention that Vulture in my animal deck, in this deck, it says that nothing is wasted. And so nothing that you've been through has been wasted, which we see here with Scorpio energy. You've literally used that as fuel to become your highest, most aligned, magnificent self. Okay, so this is what I see for you here, pile number 3. If you felt like this resonated with you, leave a green heart down below and say, by loving myself, I've come into alignment with my most powerful, highest self, and I let my light shine among the lands. And I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. It would mean so much to me if this resonated with you that you leave a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe down below. And if you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links necessary below in the description box in order to do so. You can email me for a personal reading. You can follow me on over to my podcast on Scatter Love Radio on Spotify. You can even join as a member of the channel. And I would love to see you on memberships. But if not, thank you for your continued support here. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here and leave it there. I do want to take a quick second to thank your spirit guides, Source, and my spirit guides for coming together to give us this amazing message. And until next time, pile number 3, stay human. Bye.